if I'm being honest, I think the rear end of this car can look a hell of a lot more aggressive. I've always been a fan of big diffusers like this. We are going to be fitting this, which you might have seen if you'd have watched the spoiler video.
You can go and watch that video by clicking on the top right of the screen right now, but let's focus on the task at hand and worry about getting this diffuser installed to the bottom of the car.
This video is also sponsored by AUXITO. If you guys want to go and get yourself some LED headlight bulbs, please do. Check them out, link will be in the description. So this diffuser is from a company called Pro Tuning over in Germany. I think it got posted from Latvia, which is crazy. It came quick enough because eBay global shipping program is now overpowered. This was one of the only diffusers I could find that looked like this, and I don't know what it is about big diffusers, but I just love them, man. Ooh la la. I think a big diffuser can really bring out what a car looks like. But let's get straight into it. I think I'm just going to take the bottom trim piece off the bumper, try and fit it to that, and then once that's on, because I have a feeling that these screw holes are going to go into the bumper, but one screw hole into the bumper should be fine, whereas the rest of it, if it went into the stock diffuser that's on there, then we should be all good. So let me get that off now and you can see the process. I think it's literally just 2 bolts.
So as I just mentioned, we've got 2 self-tappers in either side of the stock diffuser, one on the left side and one on the right side.
It was just 2 Phillips screws holding it in, and then clips. You've got one there and one over here. So this should sit on there just like that. We should be good to fit this whilst it's off the car.
So now we can go ahead and assemble the first piece of the diffuser, which is the smaller section. I did actually go ahead and put the fin on upside down, which I later changed off camera. And little did I know that at this point I was in fact screwing it in upside down. Stupid me, eh? Now it's time to get my best friend out, the bottle of white spirit, and get these stickers off, because otherwise it's going to be a really hard job to get them off once this diffuser is on the car.
They were an absolute nightmare to get off. Thanks, Pro Tuning. You make good products, but please stick some easier stickers to get off.
So now I'm just giving the diffuser one final wipe down with the white spirit, and then we can go ahead and start installing it on the stock diffuser.
I know this is going to get incredibly dirty again, but for now, let's fit the small one first, and then we can move on to the big one. That's going to sit on there like that, this nut and bolt, and then that will go through there like that. I need to go even bigger. Still not there. Guarantee that's not going to fit. Yeah. I've got a 10mm ratchet spanner and a 10mm socket as well. On there like that. Put that in there. On the other side, like so.
Now let's go ahead and tighten up the first bolt to get this diffuser fitted. I'm using a 10mm deep socket and a 10mm ratchet spanner, and that gives me enough leverage to tighten up both ends of the bolt to stop it from spinning in the hole.
Let's get the big piece over here now. So it's pretty self-explanatory to where it goes. Let's give this a wipe with white spirit.
So now I'm wiping down the part of the stock diffuser where the big piece is going to go. This is just because it's going to be really hard to clean once the diffuser's on the car. So I wanted to try and get as much dirt off as possible before it's installed.
Let's mark where the first drill hole it needs to be. What do we reckon about there? Just gonna mark it with a screwdriver. And then I imagine there'll be another one there, possibly. How many more have we got? 2. And then I assume that one will go in there. And that one will go in there, and so on and so on. Let's drill that first hole out. Now double check that that fits, which it does. Double check that that one, yeah. Just so that when I drill that one in, put that one in lightly for now. Sorted, suited and booted.
I'm repeating exactly what I did for the small piece on this big piece, again using a 10mm ratchet spanner and a 10mm deep socket in order to fit this end of the diffuser.
So I think what I'm going to try and do is, instead of using these, I'm going to try and find some more nut and bolts, because it's just, I trust that a lot more than just one of them. And then I'll get some nuts and bolts in, possibly put another one in over there, another one there, and another one there. So let's see what I can find. But so far, it's looking good. Nuts and bolts.
These are quite a bit thicker than the ones that Pro Tuning provided. However, all that means is I need to find a bigger drill bit. And this took me about 5 or 6 tries to find the right size drill bit.
Oh mad, we need even bigger. Yeah, all right.
So as you can see, we're just repeating the process that we've done on all the other holes that we have drilled through this stock diffuser. I finally found the right size drill bit needed for these nuts and bolts.
Yeah, there we go.
So we're drilling it through, blowing off the excess, simply placing the nut in and then screwing the bolt on the other end with a bit of Loctite.
There's one.
So now let's go ahead and finish putting in the rest of the nuts and bolts, so the diffuser will then be screwed to the stock diffuser and we won't have any issues with it falling off.
This is one of the hardest things to do.
So I am just going to take a second of your time. As you can see popping up on the screen right now, 89.5% of you guys that watch these videos are not subscribed. So please take 2 seconds out of your day, click that subscribe button. You guys have no idea how much it means to me.
You guys can see the job is now halfway there. I just need to put it back on the car now. But I think, as long as these don't play an issue, these bolts sticking up, which I don't think they will.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
I'm gonna saw the ends of the long ones off. So I did just go a bit ham with the drill. Basically this bracket here, that one, is where one of the bolts sit. So I just kind of do my best to show you.
which to my not so surprise, it still didn't fit. But nevertheless, Liam, as always, kept trying, even though all the signs were right in front of him that the diffuser was not going to fit because of the bolts. So now we can go ahead and get the 2 self-tapping screws that we took out at the beginning back through the diffuser and into the bumper.
What an absolute ball ache. However, there we have it. Obviously the car is up in the air at the minute, so the geometry's all off, but I think that looks absolutely mint. There is a couple of fitment issues like this, but this is with the stock diffuser that I need to sort out. I could in the future take it off, paint it, etc, etc, and some of the clips don't always go in, but I think the fitment on that absolutely mint. Now that we've got that diffuser installed, we have another little upgrade that we can do. I just want to say a massive thank you to AUXITO for sending these out. These are some LED headlight bulbs. The headlight bulbs that we've got in here are just standard H7 halogen ones. Are some lovely LED bulbs, and AUXITO have very kindly sent these out, so big shout out to them. And we've also got a CAN bus adapter, because these cars run CAN bus, basically meaning if power isn't going to one of them, that's why you then get the light on the dashboard. Let's take this cover off.
So yes, I was indeed unsuccessful at getting these bulbs in properly. I will never understand Volkswagen Audi group headlights, but I had these kind of headlights on my Astra and my Audi, and I've always struggled with both. It is a trip to Halfords when I need new headlight bulbs. However, AUXITO have now fixed that for me, so a huge thank you to them.
Changing the headlight bulbs on this car is one of the hardest things I think I ever have to do, but basically we've got the CAN bus adapter plugged into the connector, and then the connector plugged into the bulb in the bulb holder, and now we just have to get the bulb back in. But as you can see, I've got big hands, and trying to fit it in that gap is a nightmare. So it's not fully dark yet. I may get a clip later. After very much struggling, not down to AUXITO's fact, or not down to AUXITO's product, I just hate these Audi headlights. Honestly, they are one of the most impossible things to get headlights into. let me show you what they look like. Obviously, I can't start the car or drive it anywhere. You can see we've just had a bit of a fuel spillage. There's another line, which I didn't know wasn't attached. But, as you can see, they're a lot brighter than the original ones. These absolutely look mint. I will get some clips of what they look like at night. Of course, can't start the car, I can't go anywhere, I can't get cool montages, but I'll show you what it looks like for now. Obviously when the car's back up and running, we can show you everything. But a massive thank you to AUXITO once again for sending these out. If you guys do want to get yourself some of these AUXITO LED bulbs, you can use my code Liam15 to get yourself a nice 15% off. And if you do, record a video, send them to me, put it down in the comment if you decided to get some yourself, and you can even save yourself a bit of money off. One massive thank you to AUXITO for sending these out. However, that does just about bring me to the end of this video. If you did enjoy, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. We've got weekly uploads on this channel every Sunday at 6 PM. And of course, if you do want to get yourselves 15% off at AUXITO, then use my code Liam15 to save yourself some pennies. But for now, I think it's goodbye, and I will see you next Sunday at 6 PM for the next upload.